CSIS 2470 is filmed before a live studio audience.
Hey everybody, welcome to class. Today we're going to be taking a peek at a whole bunch of functions that you can apply to arrays. There's a whole list of them that we're going to go through, and there's a lot of really cool things you can do with some of these functions. So, as always, there ain't nothing to it but to do it to the code. So if you take a look right here, you'll see the functions we're going to cover today, and we're going to start slow with some easy ones. And as we get down towards the bottom of this list, they get more and more intricate and a little bit trickier. So strap on your concentration helmets and let's move forward. Ready, set, go. First of all, let's just start with an array here. And we're going to be looking at pop and push, right? And maybe we should call this Metallica instead of rockers. Also true. Okay, so right here, this is the original Metallica lineup. And for those who know your Metallica history, actually Ron McGovney was the first bass player. It didn't last very long at all. And before they cut their first album, Ron was gone. So let's use the push and the pop to add or remove members of the band, right? So it's simple and straightforward, not very complicated at all. If we push, we're pushing something onto the array. So that adds something to the array. If we pop, it removes something from the array. Okay, so right now we're going to remove Ron and add Cliff. Cliff Burton was the guy who replaced him. And it's easy with pop and push for this particular scenario because all pop and push do is they mess with the last record. That's all they do. Push adds one to the end, pop removes one from the end. That's it. All right, so let's just go with that. So right now, let's just console.log Metallica. And we're going to do that a couple of times in different contexts here, so I'll copy that. And let's go ahead and just run this. So as you see, when we run this, it shows the array, James, Lars, Dave, Ron. Okay, let's go back here and let's remove Ron and add Cliff. Super easy.
It's going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Okay, all we do, we say Metallica dot pop. We're going to pop Ron off. Let's just start there. Okay, refresh and poof, it removed Ron. That's it. There's no parameter or anything. Pop just removes the last item of the array. It's as simple as that. So there's not much more to the pop function here, other than it does return a value, right? So if I wanted to, let value or whatever equal that, and then value, and then we will console.log the value. Let's take a look at that. We comment that out for just a minute. And if I refresh, we can see that it returned Ron, which is the value that was removed from the array. So there can be cases where that can be useful to get the value that you removed. All right, but we don't need that here. So we don't need that, don't need this. We're just popping Ron off. And now we're going to push Cliff on. So it's the same basic idea, Metallica, push, we put Cliff. That's it. That will add Cliff to the end of the array. So if I refresh, and now it's James, Lars, Dave, and Cliff. Now this also returns a value. So if we wanted to, we can say let value, again, it doesn't matter what variable we use. And we'll say, sorry, put that in the wrong spot there. That should be here, and we'll just console out the value there. And let's take a look. We refresh, and it puts 4. And it guesses what the 4 is? It's the length of the new array, right? The new array is not showing there because I turned off the console here, so let's turn that back on. That's the new array right there. And it's James, Lars, Dave, and Cliff, and it returns the value 4 because that's how many elements there are. Also, you can push more than one thing, right? We're going to add something that we're not going to keep there, but Beavis also happened to join the band for a few days. And so now I'm pushing 2 things. So if I refresh it now, you can see that it returned 5 because the new length of the array is 5. And we got James, Lars, Dave, Cliff, and Beavis. Okay, that would be the ultimate Metallica lineup right there. So that's it for push and pop. I mean, there's not really much more to it. Obviously, you can go to the Mozilla Developer Network documentation, and I have this open here for one of them, Splice, but pop, and these links are in the lecture notes, all of these links to all of them, but they're all right here on the left as well. And so this is some information about it right here, okay? Next up, we're going to take a look at shift and unshift. So these, let's go back to the original-ish lineup. Now let's imagine a horrendous world where they decided to fire James. I shudder to think what would happen if that were the case. So let's imagine that though. We want to remove James and replace him with, I don't know, Ronnie James Dio, let's say. Okay, so the push and pop functions remove and add from the end of the array. The shift and unshift remove from the beginning of the array. So if I were to say Metallica dot shift, and then that's all, no parameter or anything, and then we console out Metallica again, that would remove the first element, which happens to be James. So you notice that James is gone now. And of course, this also returns the size of the new array, right? Or excuse me, not the size of the array, but the person that was removed. So if we just console.log value, it should give us James as the output there. And you can see that he was the one removed. Okay, so we've removed James, and I said we're going to put in place Ronnie James Dio. So we're going to say Metallica.unshift. We'll go RJD. Okay, so now let's console out Metallica. I'll get rid of that value there for a moment. And if I refresh, the new band lineup is Ronnie James Dio, Lars, Dave, and Ron. And of course, just like push and pop, where pushed returned the new size of the array, unshift does the same thing. Let value equal that, and we'll get rid of it here. That's going to return the new size of the array, which will be 4 again. There we go, 4, and then that's the new array right there. So the way I think of these 4 functions, pushing and popping, I'm going to pop something off of the end. When it's at the beginning, you can't really pop it off, in my brain anyway, right? I'm just thinking of more like human terms, not coding terms, right? But you can't really pop something off at the bottom of the pile, like the first thing on the list. So if you were to stack these up, like James would be on the bottom, then Lars would be above that, and then Dave, then Ron. And so I can just pop the last thing off the top easily, okay? So that's how I think of what pop does. It just removes it from the top of the stack or the end of the stack. And by stack, I don't mean the literal computer term stack. I just mean a stack of things. Maybe list is a better word, right? But then if I push, I'm going to push right to the end of it. I'm just going to push something right on there. It's sort of like just putting something on the top of the stack of paper on your desk or something like that. With shift and unshift, it's a little trickier, but when you remove James with shift here, everything shifts to the left, right? James was the 0th element. Well, once you shift and James is gone, then Lars becomes 0, Dave becomes 1, and Ron becomes 2. So everything shifts to the left. And then when you add something, you're kind of unshifting it, right? I mean, I guess you are technically shifting it to the right, but you're sort of unshifting it, right? You're putting something at 0 that wasn't there before. You're removing the 0 and moving it to 1. You're moving the 1, moving it to 2, and so forth. So hopefully that'll help you a little bit think of how to keep those kind of straight in your head, okay? Okay, next up, it's going to start getting to the weirder ones. We have slice and splice. Slice and splice. Okay, let's start with the weirder one, splice. This one I feel is kind of in the family of the push, pop, shift, unshift, where those 4 functions I just mentioned, they are adding and removing stuff from the array. Well, we already decided to replace Ron, so let's get that back in here. So we're going to say Metallica.pop. That gets rid of Ron, the Metallica.push, and we're going to add, instead of Ron, Cliff. So that's the current lineup after Ron left. But you may know that Dave, as in Dave Mustaine, the founder of Megadeth, he was also fired from the band before they even cut their first album. But how did we get rid of him, right? Now, you could argue that we would just pop twice, right? That would get rid of Ron and Dave, and then we could stick in there the new guitarist, which was Kirk Hammett. However, these were 2 separate events that happened, years apart or whatever. So this happened on one year, and then another year, Dave goes away. So this is where splice can come in handy. Okay, so let's just look at the current lineup at the moment, refresh it, and the current lineup is James, Lars, Dave, Cliff. We got to get rid of Dave, and we're going to add Kirk. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, we do Metallica.splice, right? Now, if you know what that term in the non-coding world means, it should make some sense. If you were to take back in the old days, like when movies were filmed on like physical film, right? Like, or it was just a big roll of film strip. And then the way you would edit that is you'd literally cut a piece out with scissors, and then you tape back together the pieces that you wanted to keep. And so that's called splicing, right? So we want to cut Dave out of there, and then we want to add Kirk in that exact same spot, okay? So how do we do that? Well, there's 3 parameters that it takes in. We'll call it XY for just a minute. The last parameter is the thing that you're adding in. So that's going to be Kirk, okay? The first parameter is where are you starting, and then the second parameter is how many things you're removing. So the first parameter, start, where am I starting? Well, 0, 1, 2. I'm starting at the 2, and I'm removing one thing. So I'm going to start here and remove that, and then I'm going to replace it with that. So if we refresh it, we now have James, Lars, Kirk, and Cliff. And why is Dave 2? Because this is a 0 index, right? 0, 1, 2. I should say a 0 based index. All right, now, by the way, you can delete more than one if you wanted to, right? I could delete 2. That would remove Dave and Ron, and then put Kirk in place of it. And so Ron would just be gone, and there'd be no bass player. Or I guess it would delete Cliff in this case, right? So refresh, and now we just have James, Lars, and Kirk. Obviously, that's not what we want to do. We want to go back to just deleting one thing. By the way, you can also delete 0 things. So what this will do is just add Kirk to the array. So we refresh it now, and we have James, Lars, Kirk, Dave, and notice where it put him. 0, 1, 2, right? So we started at the 2 position, we didn't delete anything, we just added Kirk right there, and then we continue with the rest of the array. But for our purposes here, we are trying to replace Dave with Kirk. And here we go, James, Lars, Kirk, Cliff. So that's the basics of how Splice works. There are some intricacies, right? You can use negative numbers, for example. So if I were to say -2 here, let's see what that does. Refresh, and weird, it does the same thing. What does that mean? -2 means start from the second position from the end. That's the first position from the end. That's the second position from the end. Now notice here, when we were going with positive numbers, this is saying start at this specific index. Start at the 2 index, right? The 0th, the 1th, the 2th index. When I did -2, we don't have the 0th position from the end of the array, because we're not talking about the index anymore. We're talking about a count. That's the first thing from the end. That's the second thing from the end. So in other words, if I were to replace -3, it would start here, and it would replace Lars with Kirk, which doesn't make any sense if you know the band, right? But let's just do that. And you can see Lars was gone, and now there's Kirk. So you can go negative starting from the end as well. But we want to keep it like this. All right, what the heck is slice? Now, that was splice. Slice. It does what it sounds like. You're going to take a slice of the array, right? If I have a whole cake and I take a slice of cake, that's just taking part of the cake. So let's take a look at what that does. Now, note, this is the first function we've looked at here that doesn't change the array. It just gives you a piece of it. Now, when you cut a cake, you're changing the cake for sure, right? So the analogy kind of falls apart a little bit. But in this case, you're taking a slice of the array, but you're not actually modifying the array. It just returns a smaller piece of the array. So now if you're familiar with the band here, you know that James and Lars are the leaders of the band. So maybe I just want to get a slice of who the leaders are, right? So let's do let equal Metallica.slice, and then we have the 2 parameters there, okay? And in a minute, we're going to console out the leaders variable there. It's going to be an array, right? It's going to return an array with James and Lars. So there are 2 parameters here. There's the starting point and the ending point. Now, as we've been going through these functions here, push, pop, shift, unshift, and splice, they're progressively getting a little weirder, right? And we had the first sort of weird thing that takes a minute to wrap your head around with using negative numbers on splice. And then just shift and unshift are a little hard to keep straight which one does what. I think push and pop are pretty intuitive. With slice now, the 2 numbers are a little weird. The first number is where I want to start at the 0th element, which is James. Where do I want to end? Well, you might say I want to end at the 1th element, which is Lars. Let's look and see what happens if I do that, however. I refresh, it just returned an array that has one thing in it, James. So why did it only give me one thing? Well, what this does, this number here, the end, it slices up to, but not including that element. That is the index, the 0-based index of where you're going to stop. But the way slice works, it stops right before it gets there. So it's like right at the front door of Lars there, right? So if I wanted to go to James and Lars, if I wanted to retrieve both of those, then I'd have to stop after Lars, which would be right before the number 2 element, right here. So now when I refresh, we get James and Lars, and it does return an array, as I mentioned a second ago. So that's a slice of the array, but notice if I were to console out Metallica still after that, it's still the entire array, right? It doesn't change the array. It just gives me a slice of the array. Now let's say I wanted, for whatever reason, to get my hands on Lars and Kirk at this point, because by the time we get down here, Dave is no longer in the array. So I would start at 1. That's the first place I start, which is the 1th element, right? 0, 1. And then I'm going to stop at the 2 element. Well, if I stop at the 2, I'm going to stop before Dave. So I'd have to go past Dave. Refresh that. And now I got Lars and Kirk right there, right? Because again, Kirk replaced Dave earlier in the code. By the way, you can also use negative numbers here. So let's go -1. And that's going to go to the first place at the end of the array. Well, we're starting at 1, which is Lars. And so is it going to pick up Lars, Dave, and Ron, or just Lars and Dave? What do you think? Let's take a look. It gives us just Lars and Kirk. It works the same way. I say stop at the -1. Remember, this is Kirk by the time we get to that part of the code, right, instead of Dave. And so when I say -1, I'm saying stop at this element. And it's the same thing. It stops before that element, right? It stops, goes up to, but not including that element. So it's the same thing if I were to have said 3 here. Not -3, but 3. It starts at 1, which is Lars, 0, 1, and then it goes all the way to 3, but doesn't include 3. It stops right before 3. Well, in this particular case, -1 and 3 are the same thing. And again, check the documentation, which is linked to in the lecture notes, because there are a lot of extra little things that you want to make sure you understand. This is just to give you a basic idea of an overview of how you might use these. Okay, next up, we're going to start getting into some weirder ones, all right? So let's make some comments here first, because I'm going to give you this code, so I want to make sure that you have some notes here. So original lineup, also original array, right? Okay, so this is where we are so far. What if I want to find a particular thing about the array? Maybe for whatever weird reason, I want to know the first person in the array who has 4 letters in their name, right? Whatever. Okay, so in that case, we're going to use the find function.